Hey Al, so the sky today is an abnormal color. Usually it's gray or black, and today it's blue. I don't know why. And there's also this weird orange ball in the sky that I don't recall having seen anytime recently. It's making things warm. So I thought I should probably take advantage of the day, because this might be a sign of the apocalypse, and get to work on the front brakes on the LeBaron. So I thought I'd bring you along in case anybody was interested. And I'm going to warn you right now, it's sunny out today and I can barely see what you can see. So what we have here, driver's side front disc brakes, and as you can see, everything is in really good shape in here. There's some dirt, but other than that, no rust really. So apparently in 1985 your LeBaron GTS could have come with one of two braking systems, one manufactured by a company called ATS and one manufactured by a company called Kelsey-Hayes. And these are the Kelsey-Hayes front disc brakes. And what I've come to realize is these are a design I haven't seen before, because there's only one pin in these calipers, not two. There's also some weird anti-rattle clips that I'm going to need to figure out. But I'm letting some PB Blaster soak in for the connection here for the soft line, because I'm replacing the soft line and everything you see here. So I'm going to give that about an hour to soak, and then I'll be back, and then we will get to work on this. I'm not going to show you the full job, because there's a bazillion brake jobs on YouTube, but I'll show you what might be unique to this car in case anybody else has one of these things that needs to do the brakes. So I'll be back in a little bit. So I've removed the caliper from the bracket. There is the slider pin. There's only one for this design. It uses a 10mm socket. You remove, sorry, I can't see what you see, so I apologize if the camera work sucks. Here on the back is where everything is, where the slider pin goes in. And then on the front here, see that wire there? That is an anti-rattle wire, whatever you want to call it, clip, and that's how it attaches to the caliper, top outer edge. And then down here on the bottom of the outer brake pad, there's another clip, and that attaches to the pad itself. And yeah, I'm going to let that down because I'm removing it. And the inner pad, there's a clip on the top on the pad itself. And down here at the bottom, there doesn't appear to be anything. There might just be a missing clip. I'll check on the other side of the car. Alright, so the PB Blaster did its job. The nut here for the hard brake line actually came off, and it's not twisting the steel line, which is great. The retaining clip even came out. It's not rusty at all, just a little bit dirty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to clamp off this hose, and I'm going to cut it and get the caliper out of the way, and then try to figure out the whole situation with the clips. There are 4 clips, anti-vibration clips. All 4 are different shapes. We need to figure out which clip goes where on this assembly. Alright folks, I made some progress. I have the new caliper bracket installed. It's held in by 2 18mm bolts that you have to reuse. I had to reuse, didn't have new ones. Loctited, you just torque the hell out of them. 130 to 190 is what it says in the book. I've got the old soft line cut, and I think I've got all of these clips figured out. So there is, on the caliper itself, on what will be the top, right there, one clip gets installed there. On the outboard pad at the bottom, there is a clip. And on the inboard pad on both ends, there are clips. Now these clips came color coded. I'm sure yours will be different, but that's what I've figured out from the old caliper and pads. So I'm going to try to get this finished up. It's the sun is now behind the house, and it's not a particularly warm day, so it's starting to get a little chilly, so I want to get to this. I'll be back. Alright, I've got the caliper on. It's a little bit screwy. It kind of hinges here. You kind of slide it underneath the bracket and lower it down, and you have to deal with these clips. You kind of have to push them out of the way when you put the pads on the bracket. The clips kind of protrude where the pads have to slide onto the bracket. You have to push the clips kind of down to allow them to slide on. So there's 3 that are attached to the pads, and there's the one that's attached to the caliper itself. And you kind of have to finagle that a little bit when you're kind of levering this in there to get it in place. Once you got it in place, you would attach the tighten down in the back here. The slider pin, that's 30 to 35 foot-pounds. For you guys in the rest of the world can figure it out yourself. 30 to 35. And then the, like I said before, the 18 millimeter ones that hold the bracket on, just torque the hell out of those. Those need to be on very tight with Loctite. So now I'm going to attach the soft line and get that connected up here, and I will have this side done. I will probably not film the other side. It's starting to get a little bit late in the day, and I gotta get this done because winter is going to return tomorrow. So I'm over here on the passenger side. Everything is going well. The fastener for the soft line came off without issue, but I'm working on the caliper right now, and as I look at the caliper, I see this stamped on the back of it. Hopefully this will focus. It says Made in Canada. So I'm going to pontificate for a minute, guys. If you don't like it, you can fast forward or quit watching the video or unsubscribe. It's up to you. But I live an hour from the Canadian border in upstate New York, and it is not unusual for folks like us to regularly go up to Canada. You know, we want to get away for the weekend, we'll go up to Toronto, maybe even Montreal. My wife participates in amateur women's sports and frequently goes up to Canada for events. And the Canadians come down here for events. There is a close relationship that we have with our friends to the north. And recent events have put a tremendous strain on that relationship. Our friends to the north are angry with us, rightfully so. And many of us down here in the States are upset too. We know that Canadians are our friends, and we know that what's being said about them and done to them is wrong. So I want anybody who's watching who's from Canada to know that we support you guys, and we feel just as bad as you do. And I hope that eventually we can return to having that friendly relationship that we used to have. Okay, that's it. Back to car stuff. I'm going to finish up this side, and I'll bring you back when I'm done. So the front brakes are all done. Everything from the soft line all the way out is new. All the old stuff came out easily, which was more than I expected it to, so I'm grateful for that. But the weather's going to turn tomorrow, so the rear brake's going to have to wait. Excuse me, and that means the bleeding's going to have to wait too. I did suck out all the old fluid out of the reservoir, put new fluid in case some of it moved through the system while I was working on the brakes today. I don't think much did, maybe a little bit. So that's it in terms of brakes for now. In terms of working outside, one of the interesting things about YouTube is you get to interact with people from all over the world, and in chatting with somebody about me working on the brakes, they were surprised that I don't have a heated garage to work in. That might be one of those stereotypes that some other countries might have about Americans, that we all live in big houses, we all have multi-car garages that are heated, attached to our houses. Not true. A lot of people live in older neighborhoods, pre-World War II, and you have a small single-car detached garage, not heated, not unusual. And that's what I've got. So I'm sorry if I burst anybody's bubble, but yeah, I'll be working on the LeBaron outside this year when the weather is nice. So that's it for now, guys. I appreciate you tuning in. Sorry if this bored you at all, but this is how you do the brakes on a LeBaron GTS. Any comments, please post them below. Thanks, and have a nice day.